honestly, there's a lot of female YouTubers that I do enjoy watching. If you don't watch any female YouTubers as a man, I think you should start because there's a lot of good female YouTubers personally. So if you're not watching any female YouTubers as a man, you should probably start doing that personally. There's a lot of good ones. You might not rock with all of them, but it is what it is. And as a woman, if you're not watching any male YouTubers, you're just watching females, there's a lot of good male YouTubers you could get into, you feel me? I just feel like you should always be diverse in the content that you're enjoying on this platform, you feel me? But let's get into the video. Feeling lost and finding your purpose, Kelly Stamps. She got 708K subscribers on her channel. She got 3.5K likes on her channel. And this video got 32K views. It dropped 2 days ago. And it tells me the location, which is real interesting, Georgia. But let's get into it. Let's see if she's talking facts. I know you had to do a couple of takes to make sure you didn't just flash us just now. I know that that probably wasn't one take.
Sorry, class. I just had to knock some sense into you. You're not lost. You just haven't found the best way to utilize your many talents and serve the world and serve others.
Stampede University Unbothered Studies. You feel me? All right, I think the key to finding your purpose, honestly, I don't know what the key to finding your purpose is. If you're feeling lost and you don't know how to find your purpose, you better figure it out. like I don't know, I feel like I was born and feeling like I had a purpose. And even the times where I'm wondering like, what am I gonna do? Or what I always feel like I still have some type of like there's a reason for me being here, you feel me? I've asked, you know what it is? When I was young, I used to ask myself that all the time, like, why am I even here? Like, why me out of like all the other people who could have been born like instead of me? Like, why could I not have not? Like, daddy used to contemplate that at the age of probably like 6. And yeah, I became nihilistic and a whole lot of shit. And I don't know, but I still never felt like I was purposeless, if that makes sense. I feel like I probably asked the question a lot, but I feel like I'm here for a reason, honestly. Regardless of all the questions I ask, even now, I probably still somewhat think about it subconsciously, but let me stop chatting.
But that is your first mistake.
Let's see what she says.
Write this down. Get your pen.
Okay.
Your first mistake is focusing on everybody else, but not learning how to, write this down. Number 1, serve yourself.
You gotta be selfish. Rule number 1, you gotta be selfish. Think about yourself. You know what I mean?
I want you to literally go outside after this video and go find tiramisu near you. While you're enjoying this lightly caffeinated snack, I want you to enter, write this down.
In this type of inflation, Kelly, unless you buying me one, go get me a gift card if you're talking about going getting tiramisu. I don't even know any tiramisu close to me. You feel me? I'm in New York. Where am I getting? Actually, I do know one spot in where is it? Not Flushing. I forget the area, but there's a spot close to me with tiramisu. Actually, it's like probably 20 minutes.
Number 2, crackhead mode. You see, caffeine gives you crackhead powers. Crackheads are literally afraid of nothing. They have 1, no fear, and 2, no money. You guys have that in common. If your fear is, oh, I don't want to do you.
Don't get addicted to caffeine. Caffeine is not good for you. Of course, taking it every now and then is not going to kill you. It's probably the least fatal drug. But once you get addicted to that shit, people really do get addicted, you feel me?
YouTube, yeah, I don't have the funds to pull it off. I don't want to start my singing career yet because it's too expensive. Crackheads would do it. Why can't you? I want you to start referring to yourself as insert blank, whatever the career or dream situation is for you. If it is, oh, I want to be a content creator. OMG, I got to start creating content.
OMG,
I want to be. Why are you saying
content creator.
I want to be a content creator?
Just do
If
it.
you have created a video of some sort, or art, or
Just
music,
do
whatever
it.
that is, you are already a content creator. You see what I mean?
Oh,
You see how when you say, ooh, I'm gonna start in 6 weeks, next week, I'm gonna start doing this, or I'm gonna start making necklaces. Just start. No one's gonna know the
you
difference.
know what I want to start doing? I want to start painting. I want to do abstract art. Like, I don't want to paint like actual people or nothing. I just want to use a lot of colors and shapes and just make like really abstract art. Yeah, that's what I want to do. I used to love that as a kid. Like just making shit like that doesn't have like, you can't find like a direct meaning, or like it's just like unidentifiable. You feel me? That shit is so interesting to me. It's like when I think about it, abstract art is like staring into the abyss because you don't know what's in there. You feel me? And it could be scary. And some people might not be scared of staring into the abyss. Some people might find actual pleasure in staring into the abyss. Most people probably scared though. But you feel me? Let's continue.
If you came up to me right now on the street and you said, I'm a content creator, I'm gonna assume that that's your passion.
YouTube.
And that's what you do around the clock. I don't know if you have a side gig as, I don't know, a travel nurse while you're doing this, no one cares. That's what's on the thumbnail of my last video. No one cares. So stop giving us all this extra information. Oh, I'm this now, but I really want to do this. No, be delusional, like a crackhead. Tyrone Bigum's energy. But this class is the most
Tyrone Bigum's energy. I like her for that.
important part. You need to commit to this plan I just gave you for 6 months. 6 months. Oh, but Kelly,
I'm committed,
I
Kelly.
can't do it right now. I got all these bills to pay. That's your problem,
It is, you're right.
not mine. Okay? Delusion, remember? Delulu.
My delusion is that my bills are your problem, and you should come help pay some of them. That would be a blessing in my life. I'm not gonna lie to you. But nah, it's all good.
As a pop star, these bills are minuscule right now. Okay? Oh, but Kelly, I have a car.
To you
Get
it
rid of the
is.
car. Sell the car. Because in those 6 months, you will accomplish so much. Think about it. Do you feel like time is flying by? Ever since 2020, we all have been robbed 2 years of our youth. 2 years. That is disgusting. Disgusting. And honestly, I have a lot of pent up anger about that. Because I also, during that time, was wasting time thinking about time being wasted, thinking about what's the next step for me? What should I do next after YouTube? Like, do you realize how much I could have finally started that podcast I've been talking about? I could have been started that second channel that I have. I could have, I don't know, done so many things, but instead I kept wasting time thinking about wasting time. And I think
I do the same thing. Everyone does it. You feel me? So I feel like this relates to most people. Let me not say everyone. I hate generalizing, because there's probably some people who really be getting to it no matter what. They just always moving forward. You feel me? But some people, you feel me? Life gets in the way of a lot of things. You can't even like, I don't know.
think about it. What did I do in the past 6 hours today, for example? I got up at 7. I stopped being a
Nothing.
victim. I went out. I wrote out some ideas. This was one of those ideas, having this video. And I wrote out ideas for this project that I want to do. And I don't know why I didn't do that project before. It's just that it's scary because it requires you to be uncomfortable. So, class, write this down. You need
Be
to be
uncomfortable.
comfortable with being uncomfortable for a little bit. Now, many of you don't want to do that. I get it. I get it. Trust me, I know.
I'm not losing no money. Stop playing with me.
I know. I have lived in the literal trenches with several roommates, straight male roommates. Okay. We need to go back to go back to my old content when I first moved to New York City. I was in the trenches, okay? I had this roommate who was vegan, and he was like,
Let's not say the trenches. I highly doubt she was in the trenches for real. Let's not say that. I'm from New York. You were living in the city, probably Manhattan. Yeah, you probably have roommates. Let's not call that the trenches. Of course, living with roommates is not fun. It's not the best ideal situation, especially if it's way too many of y'all in one place. But that's still not the trenches. Let's keep it a stack. The PJs is the trenches of anywhere in New York. The PJs, of course, I've been to some people's cribs in the PJs, and they actually make it look pretty nice. But let's not cap and say anywhere in if you live in an apartment in Manhattan is necessarily the trenches. Of course, there's probably some shit apartments in Manhattan too, but the PJs is definitely the trenches. Come on now.
Can you not cook that when you're around? Can you not use that? Like, I put up with them because I knew I was in survival mode. I had to. Oh, by the way, pause. Do you like this? I got it in Japan for like $14. How cute is this? It's a little butterfly. It reminds me of myself. I'm just like fluttering away, city to city. Don't give, a hoot about what's going on.
It is actually that's actually mad cute. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, look at my earrings.
Oh, they kind of
Okay, shameless
match.
promo for a second. Don't look at my ears.
Is that a gold scarab?
Some of you guys might be freaking into that stuff. So these have a bee. This has a bee on it.
I would
And
definitely
my friend
buy
Summer
that
in
for
real
my
life,
girl.
who I met through the internet, makes these. Well, it's her mom. Her and her mama together are creative people, and they sell these beautiful jewelry pieces and cosmetic bags. If you want to support my friend in real life and her goals right now, again, she has a full-time job, and she's pursuing this. Her whole family, they've got it together, the time management thing. With me being at war with the
I might have to buy one of those earrings. I'm not gonna cap if it's not too crazy, cause I ain't got the money to be splurging OD.
algorithm, literally every single week.
Actually, I just bought the Million Roses, so maybe I do have money to splurge. But
Since 2018, right? It is a fight to be relevant, if you think about it. I'm always gonna be relevant. Even when I'm not trending, I'm still relevant. I know you think of me, as your professor, okay? But you have to fight to be on the front page, right? Every week it has to be different. You have to be innovative. You have to top it. You have to do this. And then your audience changes. Mine, a lot of you watching me came because you wanted YouTube advice. A lot of them came for humor, some whatever it is. It's a constant battle. And then guess what? Oh my goodness, it's August now? Time just flew by because with YouTube, I literally have to take things week by week, right? I don't have videos set up for winter. I have an idea of what I'm gonna do, but I don't because I don't know where I'm gonna be. I might be in Japan. I think that would be fun. I'm not gonna take my art.
I don't have videos set up. I just do whatever I see that I think might be a little interesting. That's all I'm planning to do. I just want to react to stuff that's interesting. That's it. And maybe throw in a little like information in there that maybe will help someone. Who knows?
Art off the wall, but I have Japanese art here. Have you seen it? It's cute. It's from Etsy. I'm gonna move over here so you can see it.
But really,
So I
it's
have
just
this
talking
planner.
about life.
Hold on.
And
Don't
that's
take
why I'm
anything.
reacting to this, because
Don't
she's
steal
talking
anything.
about life.
So I carry a couple
finding your
things with me
purpose.
all the time. This is a planner. Oh, I should link it. I will link this under Stampede School Supplies. You can go to my description box, okay? Go to the Amazon storefront. I will link this in another thing I'm gonna show you. This is the only reason why I'm able to stay stable, okay? This is a planner. I used up my other one from last year, and it is completely filled.
All right, we're going to skip ahead a little bit because I'm chatting. Too much chatting.
Again, it looks like I did 3 sponsors this month, and guess what? I forgot about the podcast. You see how easy it is to just slip.
She lost track of her purpose to be creative and worried about those bills and mortgage and her old Audi lease.
Away. And then it just gets empty again. So anyway, I'm back to using my planner, writing down goals this month. This goal is to continue some things I left off. So anyway, this week, so I'm checking off things day by day. This is what's gonna help you. Week by week. Stop focusing on what I'm gonna do in my 30s or 40s. Week by week, class. Take life week by week. It is the only way to prevent that anxious feeling of what if? Oh my goodness, am I making the right choices? Oh my gosh, I'm scared. What's gonna happen when I die? Am I doing everything right? Shh.
Yeah, stop overthinking. Honestly, you don't even gotta take it week by week. Take it day by day at this point. Inflation killing us right now.
So this is a book I will also link for you.
The Simple
The
Abundance.
Simple Abundance Journal of Gratitude.
I'm not gonna lie, I don't be reading, so let's skip past that. I'll read it if it's an ebook, but actually going out and buying it, I honestly I don't like spending my money, so
It's the most.
it is. This
That's
is
because
facts.
our 3
The imaginary scenarios scare us the most.
for inspiration, ignorance and intimidation rush in to take their place. What did I just tell you? I think it's really interesting how this little awkward relationship I had just kind of fell apart literally as soon as I got here. Something happened where I just looked around me and I said, okay, a lot of people here are happy because they have their families, they have their, routine down, but there's something more I'm supposed to be doing before I do that, right? And I think it's just so weird how this relationship I kind of honestly rushed into all of a sudden fell apart because I started picking up on things. And you just gotta listen to your gut. That's what I'm gonna tell you. By expressing gratitude.
I watched that video. I wanted to react to it. Maybe I still will. Who knows? But I watched that video about her relationship, and it was mostly about the guy figuring out who she was, and basically he wanted to quit his job and like live off of her. That's that. I mean, that's her interpretation of it, because you know maybe it was slightly different, but he didn't know what she did at first, and apparently one of his friends told him about it and how much money she was probably making and a whole bunch of stuff. And after that, he started moving funny. You feel me? And obviously, if you start moving funny, your girl is gonna pick up on that like pretty quickly, especially if you're talking about being more into her videos when you didn't express that before, and blah 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 blase blah blase blah. You feel me? You feel me? If I was in that situation, that's not the that's honestly that's the stupidest way to go about it. If you're trying to like, it seemed like he was trying to trap her basically, and live off her. And if you're in that situation, honestly, you meet someone and they turn out to be successful or whatever the fuck, and y'all have been doing a relationship for a little while now and you just find out, honestly, nothing should change. Like, you shouldn't change after finding out like your partner is semi-successful or even a millionaire, billionaire, whatever. You should just keep doing what you're doing. If you working or whatever you're doing, keep doing what you're doing, keep treating them nice, and hope it lasts. That's all you should do. You shouldn't, honestly, if you're trying to live off of your partner, no matter the situation, and you're trying to like, it's like taking advantage or even manipulation, you're probably a bum. Let's just keep it a stack, a stack. If you don't want to get it on your own, it is what it is. You feel me? Like, for me personally, I wouldn't mind having a rich partner, but I still want to, you know, do something. It's not like I'm gonna sit around all day and quit my job or whatever. There's no reason to quit my job, even if I had a rich partner. Like, what if we're not together anymore? And I just expect to like, am I just gonna try and get married to her and take all her money? Now I feel even more like probably a bum. Of course, some people are into like trying to steal people's money through marriage, but yeah.
Daily or just weekly, whatever you need to do, you will remember who you are. What did I say in my last video? You're young, hot, and rich, and you can do whatever you want. Remind yourself, even if your bank account doesn't really reflect that yet, lie. Tell yourself, I'm very rich, okay? Don't go out maxing your credit card, buying Gucci and Prada and all that. But I'm saying,
I think I said that in my last video. Just lie. You feel me? People don't really gotta know nothing. You feel me? Just lie. Of course, you know, you can only lie so much, but for real, just start lying. Just start capping.
do what you need to do, okay? Do what you need to do. So after the little blurb in the front about feeling lost and feeling like life is ahead of you and you're trying to catch up to it constantly, it has a list of 150 often overlooked blessings. Let's see one of them. Maybe I can relate.
Living life in
Delighting
general.
in other people's children.
Ew.
Okay, never mind. Ew. So let's go to the next one. Looking fabulous at your class reunion. You will not catch me at mine, okay?
Exactly. Yeah, you would never catch me at that shit. Do I want to see? I don't want to see nobody, honestly. Honestly, I don't like people, bro. That's why I even do this YouTube shit, because it's like I don't have to see niggas, but at least I could still like somewhat talk about shit that I'm interested in and hopefully impact someone's life. Like, I do want to make an impact on someone's life, but I don't want to see niggas. I don't want to talk. I don't want to be in a face-to-face conversation with niggas, for real. Unless you my type of person. You feel me? That's where it gets iffy. Like, if it's my type of person, then I actually want to hold a conversation. But not a lot of people are, you know, have similar interests or you know, or I can tell like immediately like you're like me. which I can tell immediately. If someone is on the same type of timing as me or similar to me, I can kind of see it, like just off initial impressions. But most of the time, most niggas is not like me. I do not like talking. I do not like. I like being around people who don't like to talk a lot, but they still kind of funny occasionally, and like they chill. You feel me? That's the type of people I fuck with.
The words "I love you," the awareness of innocence. That is me. That is me. You know, you could easily criticize me and say, well, I don't take life seriously enough. I don't know what I want right now. You're right, I don't. Maybe I'm too scatterbrained. However, guess what? I will always have myself in the end. I haven't lost my identity. I have morphed into other, things. Like, for example, when I was in a relationship, I became, I guess, complementary to that person. But I kind of still, when you're in a relationship like that so early on when you're young, you haven't really had the chance to get to know yourself yet. And I still have this childlike innocence. And I think that's just because I haven't allowed life to beat me down yet. I refuse. I will link both of these in my description box.
Uh, I don't know what she's talking about right there. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like I somewhat get it, but at the same time I'm a little cause I don't know. I agree with her on like you gotta know yourself. Like I feel like I know myself. Like I know who I am. But you're always kind of still finding out yourself or figuring out yourself. Like the me now is not gonna be the me in 5 years from now. The me now is not gonna be the me in a year from now. The me a year ago, 2 years ago is not the same me now. Like every single like month, I mean every day you're different for real. Every day you learn something new. Every week. I mean, if you're not learning, then you just staying stagnant. But for the most part, you're changing constantly. You feel me? Even your thoughts, your brain, your wiring, you feel me, is changing consistently every single day the more you learn.
Again, this should answer all your questions. This is the reason why I'm able to stay mentally stable as someone who is technically lost like the rest of you. But I'm not empty. I am grateful that I acknowledge that I don't know what's going on, because that's a good thing. That means that I'm thinking, I'm questioning, and you should be grateful that you're lost. Honestly, be glad, because that means that you know there's more out there than rotting in bed. Goodbye, class.
Yeah, I agree with her at the end. I'm not going to say too much on it because this video is getting too long. I could speak a lot on it personally, but like, you know, just know like you do have a purpose. You do have like, you can make an impact. It's all up to you though, because you really got to put in the work for that. So if you want it, you could get it, but you gotta be on it. That's all I gotta say. Again, I'm definitely not on it most of the times, but I still wanna be on it. You feel me? I wanna do something, I wanna get somewhere. And that's in everything. That's what family, that's what having more people with us similar interests. Cause I don't care about having a lot of friends, but I want people who are like-minded. That's what I want more of. People who are like similar in thought to me, more so of like, not even, I don't need people who are similar in thought for real. I need people who are like diverse and different. Like they just think outside of the box. You feel me? I think that's interesting to me. Like I like people who think differently. Like I really, honestly, I like people who are similar to me, but also different in a way, if that makes any type of sense. And yeah, let me not chat too much. I gotta end this video, but you feel me? I could talk forever on this type of topic because it's just a real life shit. You really don't know everything, but that's a good thing because you're constantly growing and learning and developing as you go along in life. And you should know that even if you feel lost and you're having a hard time finding your purpose, you just gotta look within yourself. As long as you feel like there is a reason for you being here, you could figure it out. You feel me? Just take one step at a time. That's really all it is. You gotta go day by day, step at a time.